back to the Devaney Center, which is rocking right now. You hear the fans getting loud, getting rowdy as the Huskers look to the right side. Also keep an eye on freshman Tariah Sigler getting involved in the back, knocking off the Huskers on their home court. Looking at this side for Utah, Keith ran into a Grand Canyon mom at the hotel who mentioned it is just exciting for the players to get to be in this atmosphere. The growth in this sport has been massive. However, Tariah Sigler, unfortunately, with the service error to start things off for the Huskers here as the Utes jump out to the 1-0 lead. The environment, though, something to get excited about as here come the Utes in the black jerseys, Utah. Trying to get something going here. Murray off the block. A little bit of a joust at the net there. Murray tries again, and a smartly played ball. Point Huskers. The Huskers in those white jerseys, Utah in the black. And it's Laney Choboy getting the start at the libero position. Did get subbed out in the reverse sweep against Kentucky, but Coach Busboom Kelly has talked about giving players opportunities to make mistakes. Huskers keep it in play. Big arm from the left side. First kill for Cameron Gabadlo. Head coach Beth Lanier in her 36th season at the helm for the Utes. The longest tenured head coach in Utah athletics, one of the longest in NCAA Division I volleyball, has done a fantastic job building this program this year, working with a young group, dealing with some injuries. This time it's a cross-court shot from the right side off the hand of Adriano. Just goes wide, no touch, point Utah.
Talked about this a little bit moments ago before we went to break. It's going to be pivotal for Utah if they have a fighting chance tonight to take care of business back at that service line.
Murray, well dug. Gabadlo gets it done again, finds that hole in the middle, the campfire. Point Utah.
Cameron Gabadlo on that AVCA Player of the Year watch list. She's got such a heavy arm, but that's not what distinguishes her as such a prolific scorer. She is smart and knows when to do exactly that. Tip, roll, use her heavy arm.
Gabadlo top 10 in the Big 12 in kills per set, coming in averaging more than 4, but it's a service error from Grossenbach that sends the ball right back over the net. Leading the way for the Huskers, head coach Danny Busboom Kelly in her first season at the helm, taking over for the legend that is John Cook, but she is a legend in the making, Anna. Already named an AVCA National Coach of the Year, 3-time ACC Coach of the Year coming over from Louisville, and a former Husker herself. Back row sent over by Sigler. Gabadlo trying to find the line, but it's out of play. Point Huskers, no touch called. Sophomore defensive specialist Olivia Mount back to serve for the Huskers. And serve. Gabadlo trying to hit it off the block. Point Utes as she's successful. 5-3 lead here for Utah. Good start here, Anna.
And Beth Lanier, we were just kind of in a passing moment talking to her about this. She has a reputation of always having a disciplined serve and pass team. So expect them, their game plan is going to be first ball side out, get back to that service line.
Somehow it's Andy Jackson who gets it done. Tough set there, point Huskers.
When you're playing Nebraska, the #1 team, the best team in the country, personally, I don't know who can beat them at this point. It just feels like there is no stopping them. So when you're playing against a team like that, you have to stick to the disciplined, controlling the controllables type of game.
Point for the Utes. So it's a 6-4 lead here for Utah. Big start for this Utes squad. As you see her foot on that 10-foot line there.
And that's a blessing for Utah because that is an undefendable back row attack from Harper Murray.
How about the big swing? Taylor Landfair coming in and making her mark.
I love how Taylor Landfair is slightly faster tempo that she brought in from Louisville.
Jackson to serve, a little too strong. Utah extending the lead to 2 here in set number 1.
Back to serve number 5, Leo Wilton-LeBoy.
The 5'8" senior setter, Leah Wilton-LeBoy, getting the start, transferring in from after both playing at Utah State and Oklahoma. Sends another serve long, so it's back-to-back service errors. 7-6 the score here in set 1.
Back to serve number 2, Morgan Riley.
Wilton-LeBoy stepping in for Isabel Marco, the starting setter, coming off a career-high 50 assists last match against Utah Valley. On the right side, it's Adriano. Nice up. Free ball over. Alec slams it down with authority.
Good luck defending this. Capitalizes on the free ball, and look at how quick that 31 or push or flare, whatever you call it, the connection between Alec and Riley is really coming into that mid-season form, and we're not even into Big Ten play yet.
Rebecca Alec, the 6'4" senior middle, having a career year so far as that shot just goes wide. The attempt from Taylor Landfair not online.
Back to serve number 10,
The sophomore outside DS libero does a little bit of everything for this Utah squad. Levani Key Powell stepping up to the service line. Coming off a big match against Utah Valley where she had to play all 6 positions after playing libero to start the year. Quite the rally going here, and it's Adriano. Huskers tie things up here. The freshman opposite earning the start, and Coach Busboom Kelly saying that she's been great so far in her young collegiate career. Landfair now at the service line. Nice up. Morgan Riley getting down on the floor. Good up in response. And the Utes able to get the kill. Badlow getting it done again, leading the way for this Utah squad.
What hustle from Nebraska. This defense, that is a hard ball to defend, but Bergen Riley gets it up. That's a playable ball. The hustle from Nebraska. They are the best team in the country for a reason, and they don't walk into a gym. They walk in with a little bit of swagger, but they come in confident, ready to compete.
Payne earning the start at the libero spot for the Utes, just back to serve, as Key Powell had been playing libero, but has had to play up front due to injury, and it's another point for the Utes.
And that's another testament to Beth Lanier. I love calling Utah matches because of that. You got a fun bench. You have an athletic team where everybody kind of can play different positions. So if she does have injuries plague their team throughout a season, it's fine. She can have people go different areas.
Pretty young group though. Utah returning 9 players from last season, but welcoming 9 newcomers to the squad, including 6 freshmen. The freshman McKenna Payne, the one earning the start out of Monroe, Michigan. Now it's Lainey Choboy to serve. Riley attempting the up and somehow gets it over. Good hustle from the Huskers. Riley keeping it in play again. Murray off the block. Badlow going with the off speed. This Utah team playing really well here in the early going.
You can see already through 19 points, Gabadlo being targeted 11 total attacks. We haven't seen her really kill the ball yet because Nebraska's block, like we were talking about earlier, so lethal.
Gabadlo with her 5th kill. Riley with a tight one at the net, couldn't quite get it under control.
Point, Utah.
You know, the passing is something that Busboom Kelly has been keying in on for the Huskers. And that one falls in. It's a service ace. Utah extending the lead, 13-9.
Absolutely lethal serve from Utah. We said that they needed to get it done back at that service line, and they are so far.
The serve and pass game going to be key. Goes long, service error, point Huskers.
When you are the #1 team in the country, you have a target on your back no matter what. So those first couple of points with the combination of playing in the volleyball capital of the world, I mean, as a kid, you grow up wanting to play in this arena. So Utah coming in fired up. Again, Beth Lanier, technically a great coach. Her team always takes care of business back at the service line. And that's exactly how they're getting it done. First ball side out, the minute that Nebraska calls a timeout, gets back to the service line. Great pass. Not a big, sexy hit by any means, but able to put the ball down and get some points, get back on that service line for Utah.
And who did they go to? The middle, who you highlighted in our open, the senior middle, Emery Moa'i, the player to watch for the Utes, having an excellent year, but there's a miscommunication on the service. Nebraska unable to put it back over.
This is what I love about volleyball. Past a certain age, the game doesn't change, right? Your practices, they're 3 hours long, and you start with an hour of serve and pass no matter what.
That time it's an error for the Utes. Nebraska got some work to do here, down by 4 in set #1.
But I like this. They're coming back with Harper Murray in the back row. Harper Murray running that incredibly lethal Bic. It's a true two-step tempo, so it's a little bit of a quicker back row attack. Defensively as Utah, you got to treat it as if it's a front row attack.
Meanwhile, a little bouncer off the block. Point for the Utes.
Maria Yoki has such a heavy arm. What a set from Wilton LeBoy. Wow, gets down on the knees and gets the job done. But Yoki, again, able to identify that Nebraska's block a little bit late.
The Clemson transfer, been a great addition according to Coach Lanier. What an up though, great defense from the Utes sending over the free ball. What a hammer from Andy Jackson.
I mean, it is so fun playing in their 7th match so far. And that connection, again, Danny Busboom-Kelly coming in, speeding up the offense just slightly. Bergen Riley and her middles, you see it with Andy Jackson on that play, are finding that connection.
Jackson coming off a season high 12 kills in the win over Cal. Tip over the block. Out of the back row is Murray. Trying to find that hole at the center of the court. Jackson attempting the dig, but it's out of play. Point Utes.
Oh, look at that bench. I love how much fun they're having. You can see their coaches and their training staff is laughing. And that's what you got to do. When you come into an event like this, the underdogs, dare I say, and this is still a top 25 matchup, you got to come in loose but confident and focused.
Utah with another ace. The serve game has in fact been strong here. As you take a look at the celebrations.
Look at this, it's fast, it's flat, and it floats. It drops down right at the last minute in that Nebraska back row, which is a great serve and pass back row, not able to get to that ball. Not lead categories as far as aces, but that's not what serving is about. Serving is about forcing the other team out of system, and you do that by hitting certain areas on the court, targeting certain players, and while they are grabbing some aces right now because they're painting that back line, popping their hand off the ball so it drops at the last minute, it's kind of like a knuckleball in baseball, they're still able to put over purposeful serving, and Nebraska has to answer whether it be with a pass or serving themselves.
The Utes with 3 aces, 2 of them falling without being touched by anybody. Nebraska looking to clean that up as set #1 continues. Alec with another forceful kill.
Coming back from a timeout, you get a first ball side out. I mean, this was not a perfect pass, but Bergen Riley able to move her feet, and look at that connection. Rebecca Alex still forces that ball down with not a 10-foot bounce, but hits it right where nobody is.
Right off the tape, and it's a pancake to keep it in play. On the right side, Adriano. Yoki with a cross-court shot.
Huge play for Utah, just hold her back. Yeah, that's about right. I mean, wow. That was a great serve. You hate to be on the other side of that, but Utah takes care of business, and then Yoki also takes care of business. If you notice, those two players in white blocking, that was a closed, perfect block.
Caitlin Field, a freshman for the Utes, with that excellent save. The up on that last play as Alec tries to put one down. Point Utah as it goes long, no touch.
Utah has the 7-point lead because they have been so disciplined back at that service line and a pass. Again, it doesn't have to be a perfect pass, but they're able to put the ball over and then transition effectively into defense.
Landfair tried to find the corner, just a little bit wide. So the Utes off and running, 21-13 lead in set number 1. Ali Czech gonna step onto the floor here for the Huskers as Adriano steps out. Keith Powell to serve again. This time it's wide. 6'5" senior outside. Taylor Landfair back to serve. Plainfield, Illinois native. Player who Buzz Boom Kelly says she knows is going to make an impact this season, whether it's starting or off the bench. Gabadlo with the attempt. Murray. Gabadlo tries it again. Riley with the up, and Murray putting it down.
Bergen Riley already with 8 digs, and we're not even done with set 1. She's a setter in that right back. Utah targeting her, taking her out of system, and that's how you take care of it, Harper Murray. Over on 2.
6-point deficit still here for the Huskers. Landfair with another opportunity. Good serve. This time it's the right side. Rosenbach with the attempt.
And that's how you play Nebraska volleyball. You feed off of this crowd doing their notorious roof, roof, roof chant. Because, wow, it doesn't get more perfect than that as far as a block. Nebraska now has some momentum. This is a vibe game. Volleyball is all about the vibe. Even when they come in day 1 of training camp, it doesn't matter if they're an All-American in high school. They got to relearn the proper way to play this sport under Beth Lanier. And she's showing that through set 1.
Landfair gets the ace. More momentum coming for the Huskers.
As Utah, you're loving playing in this atmosphere, but Nebraska says, okay, I get that you're loving this. We're going to take advantage. I mean, this is the best home court advantage. Has to be throughout every sport in the country.
Landfair too strong that time. Something that Coach Lanier mentioned, though, for the Utes is their only loss this season was to 10th-ranked Texas A&M, and she felt like some of the youngsters weren't maybe ready for the big moment. You'd have to imagine that matchup prepared them for this type of moment, this type of environment against a top-ranked Cornhuskers squad. Lana Mijicic, the freshman from Serbia, stepping up to the service line for the Utes. Tough serve. Choboy receives. And there's a nice swing from Ali Czech.
Now watch Utah's blockers. Ali Czech, 6'4", able to reach out. We were talking about it. Number 2 in black for Utah, Emery Moai. She gets there. She's right there. She's a little late, but she's quick. She's 6 foot though, and she's super athletic, but Nebraska has to identify when she's in the front row and take advantage of the lack of size on the other side of the block.
A good serve from Choboy and an errant pass from the Utes. Leads to just a 3-point deficit now for the Huskers. Choboy puts it in play, but what a swing. Hawaii putting some force behind that one.
Again, she's a roster 6 foot, but she is so athletic on this Utah team, and it shows offensively.
Utah 2 points away from taking down the top team in the country in set number 1. Murray. High ball. Gabadlo somehow gets it to fall.
I mean, what volleyball IQ from Gabadlo. Harper Murray reads this really well, but Andy Jackson and Ali Check kind of get their hands on it last minute.
On set point number 1, it's a service error, so the Huskers stay alive here in this first set. Back into serve, it's Olivia Mount, Nebraska native. Has played in every set so far this season. We'll see what she can do at the service line. Gabadlo off the block. Choboy flying in. And it's a beautiful kill from Andy Jackson.
Now that's how you dig to kill. Okay, Lainey Choboy. Wow, look at this up. Oh, her range, and that is a perfect pass, so Andy Jackson is able to run that slide and paint that undefendable line.
Hawaii. Jackson just denied. The Utes relentless in this first set, not intimidated by the atmosphere here in Lincoln, Nebraska.